Hello guys, this is Husani Lewis, and today I'm back with another video today. And this video I really wanted to do something a little bit more different. That's my garage, by the way, if you can hear that, but it is what it is. Anyhow, I really wanted to make a different video today, not really talk so much about, the crazy agendas of this matrix and stuff like that. I really wanted to just I really wanted to at least take a break of it and just talk about something different that I feel like I haven't covered. Yeah, I hear my garage again, but like I was saying, I want to talk about something that I don't really talk too much about this channel, which is semen retention. And I feel like in times like this, we really, really need to be getting on it. I don't care if you are a boy, I don't care if you are a girl that wants to do it. I mean, you gotta do it. You have to, man. Like, if you want to master law of attraction, if you want to become who you truly are, semen retention is the way. Now, semen retention is not going to do everything for you, okay? You still need to meditate. You still need to go get sun. You still need to ground as well. Those are very important key factors. But anyhow, today I just really want to make a video about semen retention and why it's important and why you should be doing it, especially during times like this, man. And number one reason why you should be doing it is because a lot of people are in fear right now, right? As we all know, ever since like March or whatnot, right? When this whole virus nonsense started kicking in, everyone's in fear. The sleepwalkers are in fear. But at the same time, this whole pandemic is a blessing in disguise. More and more people are waking up. More and more people are starting to put out more semen retention videos. And as for me, I'm kind of glad that I hopped back on this because I feel like when you go back to basics, not only did you become better, but your more advanced tactics that you plan on using in the future is going to be a lot more effective, especially when you go back to the basics, because you'll already be a pro at it and then you'll master it even better. You get what I'm saying? But right now for me, I'm like on day 5, day 6, like, I don't really count the days like that. But I do know that last Sunday, this previous Sunday that just passed, I know I was on semen retention. But anyhow, right, like I was saying, when you hop on semen retention, everything changes. Like, everything changes, man. Your reality starts changing. You kind of become like Tupac in a way. All eyes are on you, man. Like, I don't know what it was, but today, when I was outside, man, whether I was in the store, whether I was just walking through my neighborhood, bro, I felt like I was like Thanos, bro. Dead ass, I felt like I was like Thanos, man. I felt like all eyes were on me. Even though I wasn't really experiencing any like female attraction or anything like that, I could just tell that people just had their eyes on me one way or another, whether they're in their cars or not. I know that a lot of people were staring at me like usual. And as for me, like when I was walking in the streets, I had a big ass smile on my face like I do now. And I don't know, I feel a lot more confident. I feel a lot more confident in myself. And, that's the benefit when you get on semen retention. Now, I can't speak for everybody. It takes a while for some to really kick it into gears. And while it doesn't really take anyone that much effort to really start feeling more confident, but that all depends on your body and your experience. Your experience on semen retention can be different from mine, man. But why you should really be jumping on is because, one, it makes you fearless, and it also can make you rebellious as well. Like, like I said, a lot of people, they're running around with their heads cut off, man. They don't know what to do. But when you're on semen retention, you naturally just become a little bit more, I wouldn't say a little bit, you just become a lot more intelligent, man. You become more smarter. You can get put in a situation and you naturally would know how to get yourself out of a situation. You get what I'm saying? And you don't really find yourself being in fear. Now, as for me, I don't really feel any type of fear, especially with what's going on, because it's all a hoax, right? However, admittingly, cockroaches do still kind of scare me, man, especially when them bitches fly. Like, when they start flying, I will run away from them, and then when they land on the ground, I will kill them. But, you naturally just become a lot more fearful in a sense. You know, like I remember I used to be afraid of the dark when I was little, especially after when I, relapse. I naturally just become more afraid of being in the dark. But now, like when I go downstairs to get some water or something like that, I can easily walk through the darkness without ease because it doesn't scare me because I'm the chosen one. I am the light. Simple as that. I'm the light, you know? And, when I turn off my lights in this room, I sleep in the dark, by the way. I mean, I have a night light somewhere in my room, but I don't really choose to use it. But, you naturally just become more fearless. You kind of build this armor of thick skin. Like someone right now can call me the N-word and I wouldn't give a shit. Even if I relapse, I still wouldn't give a shit. I just laugh at that person. Or if someone calls me weird, I still wouldn't care. I got thick skin, right? And when I talked about, being rebellious, yes, you become very rebellious, man. Like, just imagine if schools were to be open right now. I mean, there are some schools that are open. I think it's private schools, but, just imagine if school is open right now and you were on Semen retention, man. You might get kicked out, maybe. You might fuck around and maybe get yourself in detention or get sent out the classroom. But I had an experience of this the other day. Like last Sunday, the previous Sunday that just passed, right? I asked my parents if I could go outside. They said no. And I really refused that shit. And I basically just went through the back door and I just hopped the fence and I just stayed outside for like a cool hour and a half. And, I practically rebelled on my parents like that. And knowing me, yeah, I've definitely been rebellious. Not like rebellious to the point where I was picking fights and all those things like that. Not really, no. But, it's like, kind of like in a sense when your parents tell you not to do this, yet you still do it. That was kind of like me. They told me not to go outside. I still insisted on going outside, knowing that I would get my head yelled off later on. And yeah, my parents weren't pissed. Well, they were pissed at me, but did I give a shit? Not really. And my mom called me weird, but that's okay. You could call me weird. I'm just being me. There's a lot of fakers in this matrix, man. These sleepwalkers. But, anyhow, right? You naturally just build thick skin, and you also become a lot more relentless and not fearful, fearless when you're on Semen retention. Sorry, guys. I'm just rambling. I should have wrote this out. I should have wrote my thoughts down, but I'm just gonna go along with it. Another benefit that I can think of when you're on Semen retention. Well, obviously the females. I mean, let's be real. I think that's why a lot of people are on Semen retention because y'all want the female attraction. Here's the thing about the female attraction. I feel like I really need to cover this and maybe give you more of a higher spiritual perspective so you guys can maybe get an idea of this whole female attraction, right? So when it comes to, female attraction on Semen retention, does it work? Speaking from experience, yes, it does. Now, one thing you need to understand is that there's levels to this shit in this matrix, man. There's levels to this shit, You got people in power who give the illusion like they got power, but really in reality, they don't have power, right? The elites have all the power in this world, right? If this world is run by demonic entities, what makes you think that these elites can't subconsciously control these sleepwalkers' minds? Not that I'm trying to say that the people you meet on a day-to-day basis is fucked up people. I'm not saying it's all of them, but you got to understand that some people out here, they don't have a soul. They don't have a soul. They came here without a soul, man. But, like them females that you be attracting, some of them can be demons, dude. They can be demons. And you just need to really open if your third eye was open, you would know that. Now, me, my third eye, it's nowhere open, but yet I just know this information. But, all I can really say is just be mindful and be aware about these things when you're on Semen retention, man, because, sure, like, attracting the females is one thing, but let's be real, man. Like, the only reason why you are attracting those females is because those females, they want They want your energy. They want your sexual energy. The moment you release it on her back or release it in her box, right? In her box, it's done. It's over, man. You lose your superpowers. It's like Dragon Ball Z, right? When Goku's powered up, when he's defeated, his golden aura is gone once he gets defeated, right? You don't want that to happen to you, man. That's why it's important to protect your energy against some of these females. Like, I'm not saying that you can't enjoy the female attraction. I mean, enjoy what comes, but just be mindful about that, you know? Like, you don't want to you don't want to get dragged into a situation where you just end up losing your energy over, you know, just a quick of that, right? It's not worth it. You know, as for me, right, I'm on day 5 on semen retention. At least that's what I think. I don't count the days like that, but all I know is I'm well over 3 days at this point. But me, have I experienced female attraction? No. And to be honest, I think it's a good thing, you know, because like I told you before, there's levels to this shit, man. You might, for all you know, you think you're attracting a fine-ass female, but they might be a demon, man. Unless you can feel that shit intuitively from this person. If I were you, you know, if the attraction comes, enjoy it, but don't let it become an indulgence, is what I'm saying. You know, don't let the females control you. You need to stand your ground to just be you, because while at the same time on semen retention you can attract 3D females, the sleepwalkers, you can also attract 5D females, females who are in tune with themselves, who are in tune with their higher selves. I would rather attract a female like that than to attract a 3D female that's, you know, plugged into this matrix, all about the materialistic shit, all these things, you know. I wouldn't want a girl like that, to be honest. But what's another thing I can think of about semen retention? Oh, another thing is that you also become more motivated when you're on semen retention. Like, have you guys ever been in this situation where you want to do something, yet you always keep putting it off because you're procrastinating? Like, I notice now that when I'm on semen retention, you know, I stopped procrastinating as... Well, I still procrastinate here and there, but it's nowhere near as bad as the procrastination that I was doing back in 2019 because I wasn't aware about it at the time, at least in like the beginning of the year 2019, right? But you just become more motivated. You start putting your sexual energy into positive things, and then those things begin to, you know, flourish into your reality. Like me, whenever I have better things to do instead of watching TV and just lying down, I'm either script writing, you know, working out, grounding, or even just scripting, like law of attraction scripting. Have a hard time pronouncing that word. But you get the idea, you know. The whole point about semen retention is you need to put your sexual energy into something and turn it into something positive, you know. Don't just put it into watching TV and all that. I'm not saying you can't watch TV, but, you know, put your energy into something positive, man. That's how things manifest, you know. Like, whatever it is you want to do, put your sexual energy to that, man. Like, because you got to understand, when the urges come, it's very easy to give in to that. And I know how that feels, you know. The urges probably feels good, don't it? You just know for a fact that you just want to, you know, rub one off, but you know there'll be consequences if you do that, right? Because you got to understand, all that essence within you, that's what clears up your skin. That's what builds your muscle. You know, that's what gives you the facial hair. That's what makes your hair grow a lot more quicker and stuff like that, you know? And for y'all females that's watching this video, man, like, they got y'all out here wanting to be like these Kardashians. They got y'all out here wanting to get all the expensive makeup. Really and truly, you don't need that shit, especially the plastic surgery. You don't need that, man. As long as you're retaining and you're just trying to eat healthy, you're going outside, getting sun, grounding, working out, you know, naturally, you're going to become a lot more, I don't use this word on YouTube, but you naturally just become more sexy to other guys like me, you know. Your skin, it becomes clear to the point that you don't even need makeup, man. Really and truly, you don't need that. I'm just saying, for y'all females, man. But this is mainly for the guys, man. Another thing as well, when you're on semen retention, one thing I also notice about this is that you naturally, over time, you just stop seeing females as like sex toys, you know. And in this day and age, a lot of guys out there, they just see females like sex toys. Like, I remember back when I wasn't on semen retention, I remember I used to be, you know, nervous around a lot of females and all these things like that. And here's the thing, man. You ever heard about this whole idea that females have this sixth sense? They can tell when you're shy, when you're confident, all these things like that. That's because we are connected to these females. Remember, we are all one. We are all spiritual beings. We are all connected, right? So let's just say if you saw your friend, right, and she was fine as hell. You go home, you jack off in your mind thinking that you're fucking her. I hope you know you are basically sending that energy and that frequency to her. And then she starts thinking of that subconsciously. And when she sees you again, right, she's going to naturally pick up this creepy, fucked up vibe from you. You know, kind of like, in a sense, like, I don't want to be around you type of energy. They can feel that shit because you're sending that energy to them when you're doing that, man. That's why you gotta stop watching, you know, the sites and all these things like that, because one, it's a waste of time, and two, you know, it's kind of fucked up because the way how porn is done is that when you are watching, you know, people, you know, do it, right? You want to watch something more extreme and more extreme and more extreme to the point that you wouldn't even want to, like, do that in real life. You wouldn't want to see those porn stars in real life, man. Really and truly. You know, it gets that deep when you're, you know, constantly doing that and also watching the sites, man. That's why you got to, like, stay away from that shit. And nowadays, it's kind of difficult, especially now on places like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, you know, it's very impossible. Like, even in shows, like some shows, they got like sex scenes and stuff like that, or romance scenes. Like, there's nothing wrong with romance, but when it becomes like too sexual to the point it's almost like a fucking porn flick, yeah, I'm turning that shit off, or I'm skipping over that scene so I can get to whatever the show portrays, man. Because I'm not trying to watch two people fuck on screen. I'm being serious. Like, I don't want to see that. Keep it to yourself. But, you know, like for 5 days now, me retaining and not going on the sites, you know, naturally I just start seeing females as like human beings with feelings and emotions, whether they are asleep or not. Not that I've been like talking to like females or anything like that, because, you know, let's be real, a lot of people, they're inside their homes. They don't even want to come out because they're afraid. They don't want to catch the virus. Poor sleepwalkers. But, you know, in time, you just naturally just stop thinking of women as like a piece of meat, man. You start seeing them for who they truly are. You start seeing them in a higher standards. Not in a way that you are putting them on a pedestal, but in a way where you just have respect for them and you kind of feel for them in some type of sense. You know, and another thing too is that I've noticed when I was on semen retention for the past 5 days now is that I don't really feel as nervous as I used to. Like, I still do feel nervous when I'm around people, but naturally that nervousness just goes away like that. You know, that's what I've noticed when I was on semen retention and stuff like that. You know, naturally your nerves just go away. Even if you do experience like nervousness, you naturally you battle through it, man. You battle through it. And the confidence, people will feel that shit, man. You be like Mike Tyson out here. Like, how do you think Mike Tyson became one of the most badass boxers alive? It's because he retained his sexual energy for 5 years, man. I mean, it's possible. If he can do it, we can do it too, man. And as for me, I just want to keep going. And I'm going to keep going one way or another, man, because I'm not going to let these urges get to me. And yes, I do experience sexual urges, especially in the morning, which is why that's where the cold showers come in, man. Like, if you're not taking cold showers on semen retention, you must. Because one, cold showers not only boost your immune system, but it can kill the urges instantly. Instantly. You know? And another thing, when the urges come, for the love of God, please don't touch your you-know-what. Right? Because that's only triggering it to be more stronger. Just don't touch it. Don't touch it, man. Like, I remember, like, I think it was yesterday. Like, yesterday, oh my God, man. I really wanted to just rub one off because the urge was it was powerful as fuck. I was like, oh my God. And at that point, I just had to take the shower. I just had to take the shower, man. I'm like, them cold showers be helping. It helps, man. It really does. It gives you that sense of a spark. It not only wakes you up, but it makes you feel like a badass, man. When I come out that shower, I feel like a new man, dead ass. But yeah, that's like, I think that's all I can really think about, man. But another thing as well. Here's the thing, like when you're on semen retention, stop worrying about the benefits, man. Stop worrying about and I'm talking about the female benefits, all right? At the attraction. Because here's the thing, right? If you keep chasing that attraction, you're going to keep lacking it. You get what I'm saying? Like, the more you chase something, the more it runs away from you. Kind of like how these simps out here, you know, wanting to chase girls and shit, the more they keep chasing them, the more they keep running away from them. You get what I'm saying? So instead of focusing on these females, focus on yourself. And really and truly, you shouldn't be focusing on these females, man. Because you need to remember, we're in the Matrix. There's a war going on right now, and you're focusing on females. And hey, I don't blame you, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, but make sure you're focusing on yourself, man. Focus on you. Take yourself serious, because the benefits that I've experienced on semen retention as of right now is that, one, I have a lot more respect for myself. Two, I have a lot of pride for myself. Three, I'm a lot more fearless than ever. Four, I'm more motivated to work out, do my script writing, work on law of attraction. And another thing, 5, I no longer see women as like sex toys. So those are my benefits. And another thing too, I'm also experiencing a lot more luck. And what I mean by luck is that money magnet. I'm a money magnet. You know, like this morning when I woke up, my mom deposited like $50 into my bank account, which was unexpected. But hey, man, when you want semen retention, the universe naturally just rewards you with things, man. It just blesses you, pretty much, man. When you're doing right for you, for yourself, when you take yourself serious, the universe sees that. Your ancestors see that. And yes, they can see you doing this too, man. And your ancestors are probably pissed at you for doing that. I think my ancestors are pissed at me too. But hey, you know, we're not perfect. It's okay. That doesn't give you an excuse to fap off now, all right? Don't do it. Unless you fucking a girl or something like that and co-creating, I mean, do you, man. Do you. My mouth dry. Sorry about that. But anyhow, yeah, man. Just focus on yourself. Just holding that energy, holding that sexual energy. Just put that sexual energy to work and turn it into something positive. Simple as that. But yeah, guys, that's my semen retention video. I'll probably start doing more of them. I feel like I should, but we'll see how that goes. But anyhow, goodbye and stay safe. Oh, and one more thing. If you haven't been hitting them stores, stock up on food. Just stock up on food, okay? Because I'm telling you right now, I told you this a few videos ago, but there's going to be a stock market crash. I'm just letting y'all know right now, so prepare. And yeah, that's it. All right, I'm done. Goodbye.